Hey, Big Dave the Middle-Aged Gamer here with another episode of Oblivion. Talk to a shopkeeper,
Pity, sir. I got nothing to eat.
an innkeeper, a beekeeper, a zookeeper. Not a peacekeeper. But some keeper of something.
Greetings to you.
Basically a merchant. Because we need to get some dirt on Raynil Drawas. And we got some time to kill. Here we go.
Fjotrid, you need armor or weapons, new or repair. Come to Hammer and Axe. I work hard. Folks like Skjorda and Ulfan give us Nords a bad name, drinking and carrying on until all hours. Ah, you mean that vampire hunter. He's staying over at Olav's Tap and Tack. It's near the city gates. You can't miss it. I've heard Edla Darkheart was once an assassin. Take care.
All right, back out we go. All right, now let's go to Olav's and have a chat with the man.
How are you?
By the way, fun fact, that's the same Imperial voice as in Morrowind.
What can I do for you today? I know I may be out of line by saying this, but I think the city guards may be wrong. It's hard to imagine Braden was a vampire. I could have sworn I saw him outside in the daylight before. Unless he just got that disease very recently, I'd say they were mistaken. When I heard Raynil killed him, I didn't know what to think. But after your visit here, I'm beginning to wonder. I usually don't give out that kind of information, especially to people I don't know.
All right, let's try to pull
All right.
him up. Oof.
How nice. I appreciate the gesture. Thank you. Every little bit helps.
All right, that's as good as it's going to get. Now let's try to butter him up. Okay.
You're a big fat whatever you want. Sure, that's cute. Don't be silly.
Well, that sucks.
Thank you. How... See,
Ugh.
was that... I see.
All right, he's still not going to
I
give us the
usually
information, is he? No. Okay. All right, so we're going to have to do that again. All right, we know where to go, so maybe we can bypass this a little bit.
What can I do? I know I may be out of... I could have... When I heard... I usually...
All right, let's butter him
I'm
up.
listening. I'll take that, and thank you very much. Yeah, I get... You're full of... Whatever you... I'm not buying that one. That's pretty good. I'm not buying that one. You're... Whatever you want. Was that supposed to be a compliment? No more. You're You're pathetic.
All right, I don't want to spend any money,
I see.
so we're not going
I
to...
use...
That's not as good as... Yeah.
Good journey to you.
Okay, we're going to save, and we're going to try and pickpocket the key. We need his key. Holy crap, it worked.
Stop! You violated the law. Pay the court.
Nope. Is my pickpocketing like a 5 or something? Oh, 60. Okay, it's based off of sneak. Okay, we got it this time. Okay. Nothing looks out of the ordinary except that book there, Gelliborn's Journal. I've discovered a small journal at Raynol's room at the inn. It seems he was part of a group of adventurers who uncovered an artifact of some sort from some alien ruins. They all agreed to stash the artifact in a cave until more research could be done about it. Each of them took a key to the chest it was secured in. The two other members of the group were Braden and someone named Gelliborn. I need to find out more about Gelliborn to confirm my suspicions about Raynol. Olaf may be able to help. I'm taking that.
What can I do for you to... Gelliborn? That's odd that you should mention that name. Raynol told me that he was the last vampire he hunted. Yeah, that's right. Somewhere in Skingrad, I believe. He said he tracked Gelliborn down and killed him. That's apparently why the guards trust him so readily. They had gotten word from Skingrad's City Watch about Raynil and his so-called accomplishment. And nothing else I can tell you about him. He comes and goes and doesn't talk to people much.
All right.
Just look for me if you need anything.
Okay, let's look at the journal. The innkeeper Olaf told me that Gelliborn was slain in Skingrad by none other than Raynol. As with Braden, Raynol claimed Gelliborn was a vampire. I think Raynol is using the vampire as a cover story to get the keys to the chest where they stashed the artifact. I think it's time to speak to Carius Renelius about Raynol. He must be stopped.
Else.
Okay, so back to Braden's house.
Greetings.
Have mercy. Just one coin.
Excuse me. Oh, so, any new revelations in your, investigation? I'm sure Erlene is very upset. She'll be safe, though. Raynil has confirmed with us that she isn't infected. Her accusations that Raynil is lying is not surprising. At this point, she's so upset that she'll say anything to deny what really happened. I suppose if I found out a loved one was something as horrid as a vampire, I'd find any excuse not to believe it either. How do you know about that? Oh, too many people don't know how to keep quiet about official matters. Very well. The Skingrad City Watch informed us that Gelliborn was killed by Raynil not too long ago. Gelliborn was a vampire as well, obviously.
I disagree.
What do you mean, you disagree? That's a bold statement. What proof do you have that Gelliborn was not a vampire?
I have Gelliborn's journal.
I don't know what to say. It all makes perfect sense now. Why else would Raynal have removed this journal from the crime scene in Skingrad? I heard no mention of a key either. It must have been removed by Raynal from Braden's body before we arrived. To think that 2 innocent men were killed, and that I'm responsible for one of their deaths, I'm speechless. I will rouse the guard and begin a search for him in the city. Meet me at Olev's Tap and Tack in 1 hour.
Hello. Do you have any more questions?
Okay, we can't tell her what we
I know
found.
I sound desperate, but I know
Oh, I know you're right too, dear. Alright, back to Olaf's.
Whatever I can do. Anything else I can help?
Just look for me if you need anything else.
Okay, we're gonna save. We're gonna wait. There he is.
Just before I arrived here, I received a report from one of our scouts watching the roads. Raynal was spotted heading west out of Bruma. The scout tried to follow, but lost him in the mountains. The only cave to the west that comes close to the one described in Geliborn's journal is Boreal Stone Cave. That must be where he's headed. You must get there before he acquires whatever artifact is being kept there and makes his escape. I'm keeping the city guard in Bruma as Raynal doesn't know we're after him. If he sees a guard, he may panic and run. You're my only hope at the moment. Please, you have my authorization to do everything you can to bring him to justice. If he won't surrender, I think you know what to do. Hurry. I fear you have a day at the most to stop him. If all you say is true, Raynal will answer for Braden's death. Raynal will pay for both crimes. Geliborn was likely another innocent he slain. I'll make sure Skingrad City Watch hears of this. I can't wait to get my hands on Raynal. He'll become very familiar with Bruma's dungeons, or the end of my blade if he doesn't come peacefully.
It's going to be more like the end of my blade, but
Please hurry.
yeah.
Raynal.
Alright, let's get out of here. Now we need to boogie, because there actually is a time limit on this. Okay. Alright, so we do need to boogie straight west. Okay, there is a west gate. Nice. Alright, now to chase down Raynal. To Boreal What's-Its Cave. Okay, got my shield. Well, the good news is I already see the cave. What's with the hair, Khajiit? Dumbass. Okay, that's actually a 3-to-1 ratio. Fine. The pants aren't worth shit. Is that a better shield I just got? I'm over encumbered. Alright. Probably should have sold some stuff. Oh well. Okay, first things first. Right, the greaves are shot. Okay, leather shields. Armor 4. What's the first shield? Oh, yeah. Better shield. Okay. Let's get rid of some crap here. Where's that broken greaves? Actually, hold up. Alright, what am I, 15 pounds over? Oof. Okay. Get rid of the bows. They're barely worth anything. And that rusty iron dagger can go, too. The iron mace can go. Silver weapons are actually worth a pretty fair amount, and they actually hit pretty hard. And that silver longsword's almost there, but the honor blade's still better and lighter. Considerably lighter. Okay, that'll do for now. I need to heal. And successful fight means we save and we move on. Is that a hunter?
Shh! You'll spook the deer.
Yeah, I think that's Reno. Okay. Okay, that wasn't even him. Huh. Okay. That was just a bandit. That bandit whooped my butt. Jeez. Alright. Now for some heals. And this is obviously not where I need to be. Where am I, anyway? Let's look at the map. Capstone Cave. Didn't realize there was another cave along the way. That's annoying. Don't need more torches. Nothing else, and I'm not going inside. Anyway, successful fight means we save. And it is kind of dreary out here, but I think we're getting close finally. We found Boreal Stone Cave. Okay, there's the entrance. Alright, we're going to save before we go in, and we're going to save before we go in. There we go. Alright. And actually... I've arrived at Boreal Stone Cave.
Congratulations. I had a feeling you would catch on sooner or later. Leaving that journal behind was a stupid mistake on my part. I saw you enter Olav's Tap and Tack before I could get there, and I knew that I had to sneak out of Ruma somehow. It was only a matter of time before you or Carriers figured it out. No matter. After I've killed you, I won't need my vampire hunter ruse any longer.
You will not surrender, then?
Certainly not. I'm surprised Carriers didn't send the entire city watch up here. But then I would have seen that coming, I suppose. I expected to lay low for a while and then be on my way. So again, I underestimated you. This leaves me with little choice. Either I fight you now and have a chance at freedom, or I surrender and rot in a city dungeon. I prefer the chance for freedom.
This is your last chance.
Yes, I suppose it is. Well then, we've talked enough. Only one of us will walk out of here alive this day. Good luck. Ha-ha! Die, damn you!
Alright. Time for some liquid courage, so to speak. God, Fingers of the Mountain is so disgusting. I've located Raynell in Boreal Stone Cave. He refused to surrender, choosing instead to attack me. I was forced to kill him to defend myself. I can now recover the artifact mentioned in Geliborn's journal from the chest. Dwarven Claymore. 38 to 310. That's actually not bad. Okay, full suit of chain. Don't care about the clothing. I'll take the 3 keys and the gold. And I need to unload some crap. He's wielding a 2-handed blade, huh? Nice. Alright. Trim down some of the crap here. Those don't weigh much, but they're not worth much, so no point. Yeah, the chain stuff's actually worth a fair amount. The fur stuff, on the other hand, not so much. Not very light, but get rid of the Akaviri shields. They're not really worth it. And that actually gets us back under again. Very nice. Okay. Opening the waterlogged chest with all 3 keys, I discovered the artifact to be an amulet. It seems fairly unremarkable, and I'm unsure of its function. I think I should bring it back to Earline Lyrian and see what she wants me to do with it. Is there anything else here? Slowing poison and a few gold. Alright. Potion to cure poison. That's a lot more useful than poison resistance. Anything else around here? Does not appear to be. Alright, let's get out of here. Alright, and now we're going to fast travel back to Bruma.
Have pity on an old war veteran.
And back to Erlene.
Hi there.
Hello.
Excuse me.
I was praying for your swift return. What news do you bring? Yes, I remember Braden mentioning that name once. He was part of the brotherhood he had created with Raynil. I knew I'd recognize Raynil. I think when I first met Braden many years ago, he introduced me to him. They were part of some sort of brotherhood. They would roam Cyrodiil in search of legendary treasures and the like. The only reason he stopped doing that is because we got married and he wanted to settle down. I'm afraid, thanks to Raynil, that time is lost. Long ago, I made a promise to Braden. I promised to never reveal to anyone what I'm about to reveal to you now. However, because you've avenged his unjust death, I feel that Braden would understand why I'm breaking that pact. Braden told me about this amulet when they first brought it home from whatever distant land it came from. He never really trusted anyone else in the group, and before he secured the treasure in that cave, he had a special enchantment placed upon it. The magic masks the true identity of the item. All it takes is a simple command word, and the amulet would be restored to its true state.
Did the word die with Braden?
No. He always feared this day would come. He left me knowledge of that word in the event that he died, and I came into possession of the keys. If the other members of Braden's group were still alive, and I on my deathbed, only then would I pass the knowledge on to them. If you'd give me that amulet, I would like to show you what you've recovered.
Certainly. Here it is.
Thank you. I will now speak the word. Brotherhood. Here is the amulet back. It's as beautiful as it was the day I remember seeing it long ago. I want you to keep it, as I have no use for this anymore. I'm certain that's what I want, and I'm certain that's what Braden would want. I thank you from the bottom of my heart. I hope that the amulet helps keep you safe on whatever roads you may travel.
Thank you, Erlene.
I'm glad he's dead. I know that's a horrible thing to say, but I think you understand.
All things considered, I think I totally do, yes. Take care, dear.
Justice has been done.
All right, well, let's take a look at this. And I believe that's our first actual amulet. There it is. Phylactery of Litheness. Fortify speed 10 points. Yes, please. Alright, we're going to spend the rest of the time selling crap off. We're going to go back to Hammer and Anvil, or whatever that smith shop was called. We're going to sell off all this crap we've got. Or at least as much of it as we can.
Hi there. Who will help an old beggar?
And next episode, I think we're going to finally do the Mages Guild quest that that sent us to Bruma in the first place.
Fjotrid, you need armor or weapon? I work hard.
Yeah, you said that before. Oh, well.
Have a look around. You won't find better prices in all Tamriel.
Now, what's great about how Oblivion does
You got a great deal.
shopkeeper money is he'll sell you, he'll buy anything off of you as long as it's under the price here.
An excellent. You drop. Let's see. You drive a hard buck. A good price. That's a fair.
Let's go full set. Chain.
You got a great. That's a fair deal. A good pro.
All right, well, that got us some money.
A pleasure to serve.
Actually, hold up.
Have a look at my wares. I'm sure there's something to suit you.
Worth it.
Tell your friends that.
All right, so first things first, we're going to put on the remaining chainmail gear. We are now in full chain, except for the helmet and the shield, but yeah, still better.
Farewell.
Okay, let's re-rig. Repair hammer. Okay, reason why we switched off of the Apron of Adroitness is because I can't fix it right now. Hey, we gain a point of endurance. What's our... I missed what the armor was up to. 21. Well, we're almost up to Journeyman, or Apprentice, I guess. And Block is almost up there, too. Very nice. And we need to find a general goods store to sell the rest of our crud. Wait a minute. No, we don't. Let me look at stuff real quick. Well, no, I guess it would be good to put the... No, none of that I'd be willing to sell. Yeah. Don't really need to sell anything else. What's my weight down to? 84 of 240. Oh, very nice. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to leave it here. Next episode, we're going to go do the Mage's Guild. Where? There we go. Okay, Mage's Guild is right up there, huh? Aha. Alright, so yeah, next episode, that's what we're going to be doing. Alright, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to get the latest and greatest videos as they come in, and help this channel grow. This has been Big Dave, the Middle-Aged Gamer. This is Oblivion. I'll see you all next time.